Herzlich willkommen zum Open Mic Situation Nummer 6. Nummer 6 ist es, ja. Woo! Also, wir haben ein paar neue Gesichter, ein paar neue Leute und für alle, die noch nicht hier waren, erstmal das Konzept. Jeder, der einen Text hat und der Lust hat, irgendwas hier zu performen, vorzulesen, vorzuspielen, vorzusingen, kann einfach hier zu Dave gehen, seinen Namen sagen, eintragen und dann vors Mikrofon. Und ja, wir freuen uns auf einen richtig schönen Abend mit euch und viel Spaß. Und Dave macht das alles nochmal auf Englisch.
Hello, you're all very welcome to the umpteenth open mic situation. The open mic situation was May Day 2022, and there was we won't say it was an open mic, it was an unattended mic. And Dagmar did like the full gotta get my money, knew the whole thing. And then 1 year ago, today, am I treading on your toes? Is it okay to say? We, Zoe and Dagmar and I and Daniel thought at Daniel's birthday party last year that we should do a house open mic. And throughout the conversation while we were fantasizing about this open mic, we would bring the whole neighbourhood together. Dagmar kept referring to previous open mics in her life as open mic situations. And then we were wondering what we should call it. And we were like, well, it's already the open mic situation. I don't think that's a better title. So here we are 1 year later, and our dreams are a beautiful reality. Look at it here now. We're all together. Unfortunately, to get things started, I have prepared another word salad for your listening displeasure. And to reiterate in English what Zoe was just saying, if you want to participate, if you want to read something or sing something or do a dance, that would be awesome. Just give your name to one of us, maybe me or Orla or Dagmar or Zoe or Daniel or Lily or Hilma or Ermi or anyone who lives in the house. But like I was saying earlier, glory, whole, or in parts, or in peacetimes, to pound, in punt, a dollar, Bible, belt and cane, the black collar, a dog of peace, release and fire, cease, desist, commence, or turn your face from me. Welcome to the open mic situation. Zoe is going to read a poem. Come back to the stage, Zoe, please. Also, Dagmar's going to read a poem. I'm in charge. No, it's okay, Dagmar. Dagmar. I can't wait for this. It's going to be good.
Okay, hello. Das ist jetzt ein bisschen sehr schnell. Ich muss es vorlesen auch. This is a poem that I made on the basis of Gertrude Stein. You know her, Gertrude Stein, right? 1874, 1946. A rose is a rose is a rose. That girl? Yeah? So, ich guck mal. Harold is a spoon and not a moon. He stirs but never swoons. He is not a fork, not a cork, not a stork. He is Harold, Spoon Harold. A spoon in June is not a tune, but Harold hums. He hums in crumbs. Crumbs of cake, crumbs of fake, crumbs of mistakes. Harold is not late. He is early. Early like a pearly squirrely twirl. He twerks in soup. Soup is not a loop, but Harold loops. Loops in spoons, spoons in moons. Harold is not a moon. Harold is a spoon named Harold. That's the Harold. But I got another one. This is Beverly. Beverly Bubbles. Bubbles Beverly. She is not a duck. She is not a truck. She is a splash and a flash with a dash. Beverly sings, not songs, not wrongs, not tongs. She sings in rings. Soap rings, hope rings, hope rings. A bathtub is not a club, but Beverly clubs in the tub with a rub-a-dub. Rub-a-dub Beverly, she scrubs with a glove, not a dove, not above, just love. She is not a sponge. She is Beverly. Thank you. But this is like Gertrude, that girl. Yeah.
You can all go home. No one's going to top that. So that was it. We'll be back next month. Dagmar, that was amazing. Hey! Must consult this long list of victims. And so, who will we go for here? How about Ute? Is Ute ready? Ute, zum Mikrofon, bitte. We'll applaud until you get here.
Okay, I'm going to read something from a collection of short stories I wrote a while ago when I was still living in New York. And this one I chose, it's called Jellyfish. It's a semi-autobiographical piece which takes place in August. Similar kind of vibe, like it was hot, and it's a tribute to a friend my friend Mary, who died 2 years ago, but it's not a sad story, don't worry. And it's also about this special occasion which happens in July and August, the meteorite showers, which are kind of happening now. And in this story, it was also, we were not aware of it, but it happened. And so, okay, I'm not going to say much longer, but I'm just reading it, and I read it in English. I originally wrote it in German, but for my friend Mary, I translated it into English. Magic lights on Hampton Bay. Each stroke of the oars creates phosphorescent sparks underwater. Our boat seems to glide over a fluorescent carpet. Magic markers underwater. Niels and Ilmar sits on the oars, trying hard not to stray from our course, stirring the dark waters with their wooden paddles. Above us, the stars twinkle, and the horizon on the horizon, a last streak of violent sunlight. Below us, the green glow. Who would have thought we'll encounter such a spectacle? Just 2 days ago, in a stuffy apartment in Manhattan's Lower East Side, a boat trip on reed-covered waters seemed like a distant dream. And now, we are already experiencing wonders on the high seas. We have Mary to thank, first and foremost, and her friend Anson, of course. He owns the boat on which we paddle through the lagoons of Long Island on this beautiful, balmy Sunday evening. And he also owns the enchanting summer house with the overgrown garden to which he has invited us. So far, our activities together have rarely gone beyond a few drinks at Lucy's or a dinner at Jaffa Cafe. The main reason, manhanitis temporalis, chronic overworkload and lack of spare time, especially rampant in artistic circles. But 6 weeks of oppressive heat in New York's stone desert have softened Mary, the incorrigible workaholic. The invitation to a party in the Hamptons came at just the right time. Oh, Mary, darling, and you haven't forgotten your friends. Niels and I jump at the chance, and Ilma doesn't say no either. Our Australian opera impresario in Spain suffers from chronic lack of money, which he currently tries to solve by building metal robots for a crazy Russian artist. But he doesn't care about that this weekend. The adventure beckons. Blue Dolphin Motel. Isn't that a destination? Niels got the address from the phone book. A spirited call provides us with what is probably the last free room on Long Island. At the very end of the island, between Greenport and Orient, lies the somewhat run-down establishment owned by a small, resolute Czech woman with a Greek accent. I could represent the United Nations, she says, of her multi-ethnic origins. Otherwise, she's short-tempered and extremely strict about the occupancy rules in the motel. 2 couples in one room? No. Nevertheless, Ilma sneaks in and sleeps illegally on the carpet of our triple bedroom. But our landlady's warnings have been so effective that the next morning, Mary gets 5 coffees from the snack bar instead of 4, a ruse to conceal the actual number of room occupants. The Orient on Long Island turns out to be quite backwardly. The beach, a national park, has long since closed when we arrive at 11 p.m. For our first picnic together at the sea, we only have the pebble beach next to the ferry pier. But that's way better than walking along Avenue A on a Friday night between part-time punks, night owls from New Jersey, and tourists from Japan. Ilma puts his Australian outdoorsman experience to the test and conjures up a nice fire despite the humidity and lack of firewood. Slowly, Manhattan falls away from us. The moon looks damn round behind thin strips of feathery clouds. One cloud looks like a square. Campfires are so romantic, especially on a beach. Unfortunately, we run out of red wine way too fast. Once, for a moment, it gets weird when a small, unlit boat comes towards us. There's a man standing in the back of it, yelling over the whirring engine noise, "Fire can kill!" We decide to make this search call our motto for the weekend. Fire can kill. Next morning, it's not fire that kills, but mighty hunger. We are on our way to the beach, for real this time, with surfboard, suntan lotion, and super mood onto Montauk, where the beaches are still wild and the waves high enough to scare you. The drive there is longer than expected. So, first stop at Jesky's. The "Yes, we are open" and breakfast signs at the little convenience store just off Highway 24 drew us in. And the piles of junk all around. A gigantic amount of discarded things. Rusted hospital beds, leather sofas, bathtubs, boxes of screws, windows, pots, pans, all on a site the size of a soccer field. Jesky Sr. weighs about 400 pounds, has little hair and lots of sweat on his forehead, and sits in a swivel chair in the middle of his junk paradise. Jesky Jr. looks almost the same, only 30 years younger. Behind the grocery store counter are 2 female Jesky versions. Hard to tell if they are wives or daughters. But what does it matter? They make first-class egg sandwiches with American cheese, lettuce, and tomato, which we devour in no time amidst Jesky's junk wonderland. Ilma finally also buys a real Jesky antique for $11, plus tax. A miniature windmill made of sheet iron. I'm sure it will make it. We will see it again sometime in one of his stage designs. The sea, the waves, the beach are great. Ilma wears a black swimsuit with straps, which is as old-fashioned as and typical for him as his buckled shoes. When he's not diving into the surf, he's sitting under a large black umbrella with his black one-piece suit, a black slider cap on his head, and green-tinted butterfly glasses on his nose. The quintessential eccentric New York bohemian. Niels, with his new short hairstyle, looks like Steve McQueen in Cincinnati Kid. So cute and sexy. Last night at the Bloom Dolphin, we made love, quietly and passionately, while Mary and Ilma slept in the same room, or at least pretended to. Later in the evening, we find our way unerringly to the best restaurant in all of Montauk. The Harvest is situated on a lake over which the sun sets extremely decoratively while we eat steamed salmon in date walnut sauce in the garden. Yummy. And as if all this wasn't already good enough, it rains so many shooting stars on this clear August night that we gradually run out of wishes. A few of the stars must have fallen into Hampton Bay and been swallowed by tiny jellyfish. Thousands of these translucent sea creatures now emit the miraculous greenish fluorescent glow as we as we row through the balmy night on Sunday evening. After long attempts, we finally catch one of these wonderful glass creatures. At the slightest vibration, it glows in Ilmar's hand. Rarely have I seen something so beautiful. We are all enchanted and drunk by phosphorescent jellyfish, by the purple evening light, by the comforting warmth, by 2 days of nature. A little drunk too, I suppose, from the delicious strawberry daiquiris mixed by Anson, our gracious host. Now he grins from the stern of the boat to Mary and me, satisfied with his party, his guests, his kingdom. Later, we share his last bottle of wine. He shares his last bottle of wine with us and offers his sofa to sleep on. Maybe we made a new friend on this beautiful weekend on Long Island.
Ute, thank you very much. Let's hear it one more time for Ute. Mira, bist du bereit? All right, Mira, everybody. Mira.
All right. I'm reading a poem by the late Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish. The earth is closing in on us, pushing through the last passage, and we tear off our limbs to pass through. The earth is squeezing us, and I wish we were its wheat so we could die and live again. I wish the earth was our mother so she'd be kind to us. I wish we were pictures on the rocks for our dreams to carry as mirrors. We saw the faces of those who will throw our children out of the window of this last space. Our stars will hang up mirrors. Where should we go after the last frontiers? Where should the birds fly after the last sky? Where should the plants sleep after the last breath of air? We will write our name with scarlet steam. We will cut off the hand of the song to be finished by our flesh. We will die here in the last passage. Here and here, our blood will plant its olive tree. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Mira. It's a beautiful poem and a bit of ungraceful feedback. It's not the worst feedback session I've had, but Veronika. Sitzen oder stehen? Stehen.
My dog performs with me.
Ah, super. Where are we? Here we are. I'm excited.
So I break the rule. I could do it in English, but this is really a German one. Out of the 20s. And nothing has changed. Claire Waldorf. Einstmals zwischen Torf und Moll kam ein Berlin. Einstmals zwischen Torf und Möll kam Berlin. Es ist ein kleines Dorf. Es fängt ganz klein an. Und sehr beliebt in Allgemeinheit ist Berlin, die Zauberstadt Berlin. Ihr werdet uns nicht mit dem Charme von Wien überzeugen. Nein, der Charme von Wien ist nicht in Berlin. Es gibt nur ein Berlin und das ist mein Berlin. Hält uns auch keiner für normal, das ist uns allen ganz egal. Solange die Welt sich dreht, solange die Zeit vergeht, solange die Bäume im Frühling erblühen, gibt es nur ein Berlin. Keiner weiß mehr, was er ist. Nazi oder Kommunist. Es gibt
112 Parteien, von der Isar bis zum Rhein, gibt es 112 Parteien. Keiner weiß mehr, was er ist, Nazi oder Kommunist. Das ist Berlin, Zauberstadt Berlin. Und wenn verzweifelt unsere Lage, weil der Parteienstreit nicht ruht, dann gibt Berlin uns die Lage und hält uns in unseren Ruf. Und jetzt alle, es gibt nur ein Berlin, na los, und das ist mein Berlin. Hält uns auch keiner für normal, das ist uns allen ganz egal. Solange die Welt sich dreht, solange die Zeit besteht, solange die Bäume im Frühling erblühen. Ein Berlin. Na endlich, danke.
Vielen, vielen Dank an Veronika und Sicherheitsdienst. Sunny, falls jemand zählt, ich bin Kommunist. I think Lee Harvey Oswald said it best when he said, I'm not a communist, I'm a Marxist-Leninist. Zoe. Zoe.
Okay, also ich habe diesmal jetzt nichts Eigenes geschrieben. Ich habe vielmehr ein paar Zitate von dem da drüben, meinem Vater. Der hat nämlich heute Geburtstag, deswegen dachte ich, ich schreibe mal ein paar Zitate von ihm auf und er sollte mal zuhören. Aber egal. Okay. Denn er reimt ganz gerne. Einfach mal so spontan irgendwie irgendein Gefasel. Und ich dachte, ist eigentlich ganz lustig und sollte mal gehört werden. Also, er hat gesagt, wenn ich ein Gedicht mache, kann es sein, dass ich lache. Auf besser zu reimen ist ganz schön schwer, da läuft das Hirn auf eine Weise leer. This is the Poetry Slam, bam bam, auf der Couch, ouch ouch. Das ist ein Hirn, das so viel gedacht, dass es am Ende nur noch lacht. Sprache ist da, um zu machen Quatsch. Es gibt Plitsch, es gibt Platsch. Worte sind schön, wenn man sie mag, wenn man sie nicht mag, sag guten Tag. Geh einfach weg, es ist eh nur Dreck. Und tschüss.
The quality is high this evening from Haus Siebsin. The home crowd. There's literally no one else in the list, so I'm just going to stare at you until someone comes forward. And I'm going to stare one by one. I'm going to start staring at Julia because she put her name down. And here she is, Julia! Yeah, of course.
Oh, la 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 la. These are just random, unedited pieces that I randomly found here. But all of my things are like that, so it's not really a good excuse. This one is called Celestial Revelry. Pleaded with me in dream speak. Unsaddled and disarmed, we tiptoed along those alleyways, the shade of the facade tricking our view, waiting unwaveringly unto itself. No return, just the journey, dancing on the edge of waves, licking the sands firm. Then I have one. This is a long one that's kind of random, so let's fill some time. Mine is a number that does not exist, an embrace like the warmth of the sun, a day folded like tomorrow in what was meant for yesterday, the book rewritten in the story untold, history repeats in updated formats, yet like the wind, no storm can be contained, prisms of chance flash, each moment following its own order, time a parable of happenstance. These fruits don't ripen in the sun, but in boxes, depleted mineral content. There is still joy in nourishing, that which can never be complete. Mine is a day without hours, no minutes to delegate, appointments to meet and match. These moments flying high, the kites that free themselves. Do you know what I mean? There are whispers to awaken, withstanding the storm. The thorns of the rose should deter you from taking them. The hips overlooked in the frost, but you buy the pretty package, or rather it buys you. Mine is a song whose harmonies always belong. Down the back alley, there is a silence void of safety. Here in your room, we reach to the stars and fall back down into the earth. These roots are an orchestra of pulsating mementos, ancient as the rain. Mine is the sunny shore, out of reach, out of luck, but within our grasp. What is it to suffer beyond the veil of empirical tyranny? Mine is the soft nook of your arm, cradling our song like a cloak of protection. A love so deep and full that it seeps into everything. Ours are riches beyond what can be counted, awaiting the attention to surmount any wandering doubt that may recount the beast of fear or greed, coveting only the peace of the dream, yet still inspired by our own creation. And this is a very short one about waves that I was looking for before. Inside the awakening, the wave is bigger than I ever saw in the depths that I shared it with. I know waves, their lucky tunnels. I know their drag and pull, the swells that deliver them, how to slide in or out, or how to float to the top before the break begins, or to dive below under the churn. Its pressure is delightful and pushes you out of the way and lifts you as it passes. But only if you understand it, only if you can stay within its grace. And you must have strength. You must be able to hold your breath and paddle, paddle, paddle.
Julia! Thank you, Julia. I'm glad we took a pause because now there's stuff to do. And what about Ursula? Anywhere? Schon weg. Ach so, da bist du.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to proudly present to you a person who will speak in Romanian or German? In German. Ursula performs a piece with us, which is on her life. Not now, but in Haus Theater in October. It's called Futur 4, Future 4. And on the occasion of this event, I asked her, now, do you have something? And she said, yeah, I have something. Sure, I always wanted to read this.
Daniel convinced.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ich bin etwas intimidated. It is in German. Brutales, einfaches Deutsch. Aha, jetzt? Näher. Okay. Ich habe manchmal eine unbändige Wut in mir und wurde aber erzogen, als Frau die Wut nicht zu zeigen. Und in Rumänien, das Land, aus dem ich komme, waren die schlimmsten Schimpfwörter, wenn man etwas abgelehnt hat oder jemanden, zu sagen, ländliche Gegend, du bist eine Kuh, ein Mann, du bist ein Esel oder noch schlimmer, ein Schwein. Als ich nach Deutschland kam, da hieß es immer nur Arschloch. Und dieses Wort kommt mir schwer über die Lippen. Und ich finde es auch zu einfach und suche immer nach Synonymen dafür, wie ich das, was ich ausdrücken will, anders sagen kann. Und ich habe eine Liste, die ich immer führe und suche nach anderen Ausdrücken. Also es ist keine Poesie. Und ich wäre froh, wenn ihr auch was beitragen könntet dazu. Hier ist meine Liste. Sie heißt Drecksack, Unmensch, Trottel, Depp, Dummkopf, Schwachkopf, Hornochse, Einfallspinsel, Vollpfosten, Idiot, White Trash, unterste Schublade, bösartig, entmenschlicht, brutal, Blödmann, Unfug, infam, Abschaum, Saftsack, Effekthascherei, ungehobelter Affe, Flegel, Lackaffe, absolutistisch, willkürlich, egoistisch, auf sich bezogen, abscheuliche Kreatur, den dicken Max machen, Entgleisung, Gesindel, niederträchtig, unmoralisch, grob, mit einem Wort, Trump. Habt ihr noch einen Beitrag? Irgendetwas, was euch einfällt? Wenn jetzt gerade nicht, könnt ihr es mir sagen, es kommt auf meine Liste. Ja?
Also ich war auch in Rumänien und da habe ich so lustige Sachen gelernt. Msare muștarul. Msare muștarul, das heißt, mir springt der Senf. Msare muștarul, ja. Mir springt der Senf. Das finde ich total toll. Und dann habe ich noch was. Mir springt der Senf. Also so Senf ist ja genau, so wie Pfeffer, genau. Und dann habe ich auch noch was. Deskideți voraiberul. Das heißt irgendwie schließt den Riegel zu. Ja. Und dann habe ich noch was, ich finde die rumänische Sprache wirklich voller Poesie. Dann habe ich noch was gelernt. Mulțumesc pentru masă, că a fost bună și gustoasă și bucătăreasă frumoasă.
Oh, wie schön. Das ist aber ein sehr schöner Abschluss.
Das ist jetzt nichts Böses, das ist einfach, vielen Dank für das Essen, es war sehr gut und die Köchin ist schön.
Danke.
2 for the price of 1 there. Thank you. Let's take the level down, can't stand the sound of my own voice. Peter Subway, come to the stage. Peter Subway, he's all the way back there. Let's clap until he gets here. There's got to be music. Music. Live music from a real human person. Yeah, I'll keep on talking. I have lots to say. I'll read you out the names of the people who read last month. No, that'll be boring. What could I do? All right, I'll read you something off my phone, for God's sake. I wrote this poem to be a joke, and it ended up being biting off more than I can chew with this, and it caused a rift between many friends of mine. It hung on the bathroom of another bookshop in Kreuzberg for a number of years. Here it goes. Neanamorphic. She'll offer you 3 choices, each more unplausible than its predella. Disparity reigns, disclarity feigns, glalolia, hurrah, for gabbles, garbles, gabbles, and gavels. The intention unravels. Her spiracula yawns, labrocious, arranged like martyred peasants on Dracula's yawns. Atrocious. Your butchered attempts at divining her meaning are seeming ill-spent, hell-bent on gentacular seemings. The coke timer reaches nadir. Cigarette glow prismed by snit of tapir. A momentous occasion of ecleptitude, the radiator clacks with his wand on murders, executions, and bonds. The quiz is over, the answer is delivered, the results as yet unclear. Honestly, several friendships I destroyed with that poem. Ask me how later. He's still not. Are you ready? Oh. Brought all his own equipment as well.
My name is Peter Subway. Ich heiße Peter Subway. Ich wollte eigentlich hier vorne Straßenmusik machen. Dann habe ich mir gedacht, oh Gott, ich störe bestimmt hier die Veranstaltung. Und dann haben mir die jetzt gerade angeboten, ich könnte ja auch ein Lied hier spielen. Okay. Irgendjemand ist aufmerksam geworden, dass ich vorhin eine Nasenflöte gespielt habe. Also ich spiele jetzt den Grand Prix. Die Gitarre klingt auch schon. Also, die Nasenflöte. Dankeschön. Danke für das schöne Geräusch, das macht Mut. Ich kann auch eine Geschichte erzählen, ja, weil das ist ja eigentlich hier Spoken Words, oder? So, genau. Ein Märchen, ein chinesisches Märchen, das habe ich dann auch vertont. Das heißt, ich kann die Geschichte auf Deutsch erzählen, dann versteht man auch den englischen Text danach. Und zwar geht das Märchen so: Es war einmal ein Bauer. Da ist er. Der hatte ein wunderschönes Pferd. Das Pferd war so wunderschön, dass alle Freunde zu dem Bauern sagten: Ey Bauer, du bist ja ein Glückspilz, du hast so ein wunderschönes Pferd. Aber der Bauer sagte nur voller Gleichmut: Glück oder Unglück, wer weiß. Good luck, bad luck, who knows. Denn eines Tages rannte das Pferd weg, über den Acker in den Wald, war nicht mehr da. Da kamen die Freunde zu den Bauern und sagten: Oh, wie traurig, jetzt ist das schöne Pferd verschwunden. Aber der Bauer sagte nur: Good luck, bad luck, who knows. Glück oder Unglück, wer weiß. Denn einige Wochen später kam das Pferd wieder zurück und hatte ein Fohlen dabei. Ein kleines Pferd. Mensch. Und da kamen die Freunde und sagten: Ey, du bist ja ein Glückspilz, jetzt hast du schon 2 so schöne Pferde. Aber der Bauer sagte nur: Glück oder Unglück, wer weiß. Good luck, bad luck, who knows. Denn das kleine Pferd wurde immer größer und so groß und musste zugeritten werden. Und der Bauer hatte genau einen Sohn, der sollte jetzt das Zureiten von dem Pferd übernehmen. Aber das Pferd war sehr wild, sodass der Bauernsohn sich nicht halten konnte und patsch! Er ist auf den Boden gefallen, hat sich 2 Beine gebrochen, kam ins Urban-Krankenhaus und war nicht krankenversichert. Da kamen die Freunde zu den Bauern und sagten: Oh, Katastrophe, Katastrophe, der einzige Sohn, der jetzt die Felder bestellen soll, der liegt ausgerechnet ohne Versicherung im Urban-Krankenhaus. Aber der Bauer sagte nur voller Gleichmut: Glück oder Unglück, wer weiß. Denn dann brach ein Krieg aus, irgendwo im Kosovo, Afghanistan, Irak, Ukraine, sonst wo. Und alle jungen Männer wurden eingezogen und keiner von den jungen Männern kam je lebendig wieder nach Hause. Aber heute, auf dem Lausitzer Platz, unglaublich aber wahr, 2 gesunde Beine des Bauernsohn. Good luck, bad luck, who knows. Danke. Once there was a farmer who owned a wonderful horse, so that his friends came up and said how lucky the farmer was. But the farmer used to say, he said, good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? Another day the farmer's horse ran away, so that his friends came up and felt so sorry. But the farmer didn't worry, instead he said, good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? The horse came back with a foal, a baby horse so nice and strong. But the farmer came up with his song. He sang, good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? He said, good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? good luck or bad luck, who knows? The farmer's son wanted to ride the horse's wild child. He fell badly and broke both of his legs. Good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? He said good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? A war came up with a neighboring state. All the young men had a fight. None returned. All of the young men died. With broken legs but still alive, the farmer's lucky child. Good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? He said good luck, bad luck, good luck or bad luck, who knows? Good luck or bad luck, who knows? He said good luck or bad luck or good luck or bad luck, good luck, bad luck, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Thank you, danke schön. Danke. Das Lied gibt's auch als Video auf YouTube. Mein Name ist Peter Subway.
Einsteigen bitte. Zurückbleiben bitte.
Einen schönen Abend noch. Tschüss.
Peter Subway, vielen Dank, the feminist anthem of the summer that you didn't know you needed. All right. What will you win yourself tonight? Spin the wheel for a deal. You could win a hot meal. Standing on your cable is the problem. It's crossing off some names. They've read. Zoe, you said you wanted to do something else. Bring your pink trousers over here. Zoe, nochmal. That's very lackluster now, in fairness. Zoe!
Okay, also ich habe noch was gefunden. Und zwar hatte ich mal, ich weiß nicht, bei irgendeiner Nachricht mal irgendwie PS dazu geschrieben und dann aus irgendeinem Grund dazu geschrieben, PS, vielen Dank für die Rückgabe des Ohrwurms. Ich hatte ihn doch schon rausgejagt, verbannt und dabei Karate angewandt. Aber er ist wohl ein Pirat und beging dabei Verrat, denn nun bleibt er wohl für immer da. Zoe, Ende, aus. Der Ohrwurm verwandelt sich von nun an in eine Maus. Was für ein Graus! Oh, Klaus! Okay, ich habe wohl echt ein Problem. Nur von nun an ist es um mich geschehen, was ich auch nur tue, meinetwillen. Reime sind die neuen Bazillen. Ah, stopp, okay! Reime, Ende, aus, es gibt gleich keine, sonst wachsen mir nur noch Keime und meine Haare werden kraus. Schnell, alle Mann hier raus! Okay, Mist, ich bin die Tochter meines Vaters, das wird wohl nischt. Ich gehe mich nun vergraben, Reime sollen endlich mal aufhören, was zu sagen. Kopf, Ende, aus. Die Maus, verdammt.
Zoe, thank you so much, Zoe. What about Ulysses? Not the Greek text, not the Joyce book, but the man, Ulysses. Here he is.
Hi, so I write a whole bunch of super short poems, micro poems, if you like. I'll read them. But to begin with, I would like to retell the story that Peter Subway has wonderfully told in Chinese. So it goes like this. It's the full version. It captures some of the missing details. 塞翁失马，焉知非福. That's it, that's the whole story. Yeah. Middle fingers, like this one. It's convenient to have them. Milestone. 4 years ago today, I quit smoking for the last time. Villains. The difference between fictional and real-world villains. Real-world villains are always somebody's heroes. Talk. First message after a week had these punctuation marks. Comma, full stop, apostrophe, full stop, comma, comma, apostrophe, open quote, close quote, full stop, comma, full stop, apostrophe, comma, full stop, hyphen, full stop, slash, full stop, apostrophe, full stop, ellipsis, full stop, question mark, full stop. Which one did the puncturing? A thing that could have happened last Tuesday, somewhere in the universe. So a priest, an alcoholic, and a schizophrenic walks into a bar. The bartender says, table for one. An Aboriginal trans man, a deaf-mute property owner, and an intersectional critical theorist walks into a bar. Bartender says, table for one. A father, a son, and a holy goat walks into a bar. They say, I'm a carpenter. The bartender says, thank God, I need a bigger table. The holy goat says, bah. A pamphlet for a polycule. It's a work in progress, invitations only. What I think about when I think about the Roman Empire, if I think about the Roman Empire. Rome never started a war without a just cause, so they claimed. But hey, even Cato the Elder had the good graces to be embarrassed about it, as they salted the earth, as they destroyed Carthage. The life-changing art of rolling dice. The secret is to always roll the number you want. Read my memoir to find out how. Just one thought experiment. If a cat flapped its wings, its butterfly wings, inside a box, in the middle of a forest, and there's nobody there to hear it, the box says, whoa, I didn't know cats have wings. The cat says, meow. I didn't know boxes can talk. The cat and the box fall silent. They look at each other awkwardly. The cat through its eyes, although the vision really only exists in its visual cortex, or the experiential chasm between its brain and the qualic realm of meaning. The box doesn't have eyes, but for the sake of fiction, let's project our experiences onto the box. The box doesn't have a sense of touch either. Nevertheless, it became acutely aware of the way it's touching the cat. The weight of the cat pushing down upon it, an accidental embrace prescribed by gravity. Exchanging no further words, the cat and the box contemplate their existences as literary devices. Why I don't kill mosquitoes and other wisdoms of life. Because they're hard to see. Thank you.
I'm glad that last one went that way, because death to all mosquitoes everywhere. What about some music from Candace Gordon? What about that? She's quickly finishing a cigarette and gracefully putting it out, grabbing her rucksack and walking towards us.
Hello. This is my first time to this open mic situation, and I have to say it's just such a lovely event that the Curious Fox have put on. So, Haus seeps in. So big round of applause, please, for Haus seeps in.
I went out to a hazelwood because the fire was in my head. I cut and I peeled a hazel wand and hooked a berry to a thread. And when white moths were on the wing and moth-like stars were flickering out, I dipped the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I laid it on the floor, I went to blow the fire aflame. Something rustled on the floor, and someone called me by my name. It had become the glimmering girl with apple blossom in her hair, who called me by my name and ran and faded through the brightening air. Your ankle's having a little lie down. Though I'm old with wandering through hollow fields and empty fields, I may find out where she has gone and take her hand and kiss her lips and walk among long dappled grass and cut till time and times I've done the silver apples of the moon, the golden apples of the sun.
Danke. Oh, I hope nobody knows this.
Billy Butler is moshing in his grave. How's it going? How's the homework going? What's happening with the homework? Has everybody contributed to the blackout poems? No, don't answer all at once. He's behind you. Ah, it stopped over there. Okay. the exciting thing is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you get to make a poem with us. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, that good shit's yet to come. Where would he be without his little blue notebook, you think? And whatever you think, I don't care. So there's only a couple of things left to do, and happy birthday, Daniel, sneaking away. One of the things is to read the blackout poems that we all made together. Won't that be cool? Won't that be cool? And if Dagmar has them ready there, I'll do that. Do you want to read it, or do I read it, or do we pick a volunteer from the... Read it in your most poetic voice.
Okay. Schlage einfach darauf. Vielleicht in Gedanken bei ihr. Erleichtert. Segen. Arvid, du musst jetzt tapfer, mein Kleiner. Niras Raumanzug. Ein weiteres Ausweichmanöver. Bist du bereit? Ich warte. Dauerimpuls. Die Projektion. Noch eine Minute. Alles klar? Pass auf! Dann verschwand die Welt in gleißender Helle. Ein strahlendes Licht, ein expandierender Urknall, das Zentrum. Eine Druckwelle entstand im Inferno. Der Schutzanzug hielt Strahlung im Prallfeld der Explosion. Nicht ganz. Ein Schmerz erzeugte kinetische Energie. Gravos schlugen durch und raubten Atem. Die Welt verschwand in einem Wirbel aus Farben und Schwarz. Sie verlor die Orientierung. Ihr Körper rotierte rasend schnell, kontrolliert um sämtliche Achsen. Das Bewusstsein. Ewigkeit vor ihrem Gesicht. Sparks, nur mein Anzug. Das Schlimmste. Hier geht gerade alles drunter und drüber. Explosion! Ich weiß nicht. Ich komme. Kümmere dich um mich. Viel Glück. Inzwischen vollständig. Züg, das ursprüngliche Ziel. Mit Erleichterung. Wieder das Nachglimmen, das Nachglimmen, das Nachglimmen, das Nachglimmen, das Nachglimmen.
Holy shit. See, the thing with the blackout poem worked, you bloody skeptics. There's fucking 10 more pages, though. Do you want to, Orla, you do another page. You will do another German page. A German page. Bitte, bitte.
I'm going to do a very short English one because I know Dave said it really worked out really well, but it actually didn't. You did a terrible job. There's more words. There's more words left blackened out than there is. But there was a small bit that worked well. I don't know who. It looks like one person. Anyway, I came across a fallen meteor, Dolly, dropping water. Okay. I came across a fallen meteor, Dolly dropping water, brown as tobacco spit, mixing medicine alone. And that was it. That was the entire English blackout poem. Well done.
So I didn't get a chance to do the blackout poem, but I knew what I was going to do. So you're listening? You ready? The English blackout poem? Dolly, 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 Dolly. To close the evening, we've imported this fucking world-class guitar player from Colombia to play. Alejandro from Colombia, come, play guitar.
Vielen Dank. My name is Alejo Santos. You can find me on social media like Alejo Santos on Instagram or YouTube, Alejo Santos Guitar. Thanks for a lot for listening. Thanks so much. Yeah. See you next time. Have a good night. Thanks.
Alejo Santos. Vielen Dank. What about Michael? Is there a Michael that wants to read a poem somewhere? Michael is coming. Let's hear from Michael.
Thanks very much. Michael is my name, Michael Gleeson from Tipperary. I'm just going to read a poem by Betty Gleeson. Betty Gleeson is my mother, and she's celebrating her 51st wedding anniversary tomorrow. The poem is called Kinnigo Bay. So every year, herself and the girls used to spend a summer up in the Inishowen Peninsula on Kinnigo Bay, and this is a memory of that. Sea-sprayed rocks, wild and free, tossed away on Kinnigo Bay. Walking friends on the shore, come the summer 1st of May. Together here for a while, timeless day, just to be. Sand of gold and rolling sound, waves or music from the sea. Hilly roads, take them home, over and out the winding way. Looking back at setting sun, sky aglow on Kinnigo Bay. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, from Tipperary. Was that right? From Tipperary? Nice one, up tip. Which, as a Cork man, I've never said before, and no one understands that except Michael. Julia, did you want to read another poem?
I also wrote this. This one was also written without much contemplation. This is called All the Unused Words. Tell me, old friend, what could our words do to construe the alibis, deconstruct the edifices, counteract the chemicals, reinvent the soul, and redefine what's sacred? We could dissent, devise a new underground, resurrect what has been defined as the lunatic space, make it into a song, one that can be the muse of masses, to tame the addict with inspiration, an unclear verdict that may deliver the catapults from our minds. There need be no plan, no tide or time to negotiate. We must spring from dream to page and rearrange till we make sense of ourselves again.
Thank you, Julia. So before we wrap up this open mic, I wish to thank my fellow open micers. That's everybody who read this evening, of course, or performed or sang or scattered, and of course all of you lovely people who sat there in the audience. But I also want to thank our lovely neighbors in Haus, who make this possible. The beautiful Dagmar, the effervescent Daniel, the very young Zoe. We have non-neighborly, non-Haus members of the crew. There's also Adrian, Shephard from Haus 217 Oranienstraße, who's always here from Radio 1 Berlin, recording everything you say, see, speak, and think, and all of your facial movements as well. And he sends that on to the Bundespolizei. But no, it's a team effort here. It's not just dumbass on the microphone. Everybody makes it happen. They provide the water and the tree and the lights. Luna was going to do one more thing, right? Luna going to do one more thing? And then it's really over. Like if you know homes to go to, then that's it. Like we've bled ourselves dry on this pavement for you people. Whoa.
Was that a revenge? Or?
That was not a revenge. There's no revenge. Revenge is a fictional concept.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey.
¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón?
Me gusta.
¿Qué horas son allá en Pisterra? ¿Qué horas son en Gibraltar? ¿Qué horas son en Mozambique? ¿Qué horas son en Washington? Nos engañaron, bye bye bon.
Bye bye bon.
Nos engañaron con la primavera.
Vera.
Nos engañaron, bye bam, bomba la 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 bomba la. ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? Me gustan los aviones, me gustas tú. Me gusta viajar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la mañana, me gustas tú. Me gusta el viento, me gusta soñar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la mar, me gustas tú. ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais pas? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais plus? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je suis perdu? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? Me gusta la moto, me gustas tú. Me gusta correr, me gustas tú. Me gusta la lluvia, me gustas tú. Me gusta volver, me gustas tú. Me gusta marihuana, me gustas tú. Me gusta colombiana, me gustas tú. Me gusta la montaña, me gustas tú. Me gusta la noche. ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais pas? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais plus? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je suis perdu? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? Me gusta la cena, me gustas tú. Me gusta la vecina, me gustas tú. Me gusta su cocina, me gustas tú. Me gusta camelar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la guitarra, me gustas tú. Me gusta el reggae, me gustas tú. ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais pas? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais plus? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je suis perdu? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? Me gusta la canela, me gustas tú. Me gusta el fuego, me gustas tú. Me gusta menear, me gustas tú. Me gusta la Coruña, me gustas tú. Me gusta Malasaña, me gustas tú. Me gusta la castaña, me gustas tú. Me gusta Guatemala, me gustas tú. Me gusta el reggae. ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais pas? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais plus? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je suis perdu? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais pas? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je ne sais plus? ¿Qué voy a hacer, je suis perdu? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? ¿Qué horas son, mi corazón? mi corazón.
Radio Reloj, 5 de la mañana. No todo lo que brilla es oro. Remedio chino e infalible.
Lots of love for the Colombian national anthem there. Thank you. That's it. Get out of here. Pack up your stuff. Go home. The open mic situation is over. Panther Bar is still open. The shops with the questionable apostrophe is still open. Around the corner, Stadium Lousy is still open. Rocco und seine Bruder haben noch Pizza. Daniel möchte was sagen.
You can get spring rolls from Chichu and Flammkuchen from the Panther. And I would like you to give a round of applause for Mr. Dave from the Curious Fox and Ola. They both organized all this.
I'm glad you used my full title, Mr. Dave from the Curious Fox and Orla. It's what it says on my birth certificate, and I won't have you addressing me as anything else. The open mic situation will return in September. Until then, keep fascism out of Kreuzberg.
You have been listening to radio on Berlin. Yeah!